poppin', y'all? It's your boy D-Mark, aka D-Mark. So, back with another video. So, I just got finished watching Crown Jewel. And I'm going to be doing my Crown Jewel 2024 review. And I will say the show was a good show. You know, especially with the Saudi Arabia and Rhodes, Saudi Arabia. I will say the crowd, I don't know what was going on with the crowd going on tonight, but they had so much energy. I don't know what they were chanting, but it sounds like they are having a good time, man. And the show honestly definitely delivered. Even though there was some sloppy spots in certain matches, and we already coursed the Crown Jewel titles for the men and the women, which I still do not really care about. But overall, the show was definitely a good show. I mean, you got some entertaining matches with the Bloodline and, you know, with Solo and Roman. You got a bunch of storytelling that is still going on, and that's going to be saved until Survivor Series. I'm loving what they keep doing with the storylines and keep on making it relevant each week. And I'm liking to see how things play out when we get to Survivor Series. So, I'm not even finna waste no time. But before we get into that, if you have not already yet, please go ahead and do the unthinkable things and hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, because I will be posting every single week. So, here, Hugh, let's get into this review. So, the first match that opened up, the Bloodline, Solo's Bloodline. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga facing the OG Bloodline, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Jimmy. Yeah, this match definitely for the last 8 minutes, it was definitely starting to, healed up. The match itself was entertaining. Jey and Jimmy reunited last Friday on SmackDown. I did not like the fact that they just rushed it so so quickly just to, get back together. But I feel like they could have added a little bit more time into that, going to Survivor Series. So that's the part I kind of dislike there, but but it is, but it really don't matter because they're aligning with each other once again. And I thought Roman and Jey and Jimmy was going to lose this match and have Solo's group win here, which they did, which I will talk about in a minute about that ending. So the whole match started with Jey and Jimmy, and they were mostly the entertaining thing in the match overall. And there was a lot of crazy stuff that was going on. Suicide dives and Jacob Fatu doing his own thing in the ring and everything. But not Jey, but Solo hit the Samoan spike on Roman, and Roman kicks out. And then there was some interference by Tonga Loa. He interfered in the match. They caused Roman's group the loss, and what I was not expecting from this here, right? That Solo once again hits the Samoan spike on Roman, and then all of a sudden, Roman just got pinned clean. He just got pinned clean, 1, 2, 3, and I thought there was gonna be a mess up finish or what. I thought they was gonna keeping the two, bloodlines clean with 2 of each group, but no. Solo just pinned Roman clean. And afterwards, the bloodline attacks Roman and Jey and Jimmy, and we all know what happened last Friday, or not last Friday, but last Monday, that Solo, Jey, and Jimmy went to Raw, and some odd reason, Solo was talking to Sami Zayn, which, as y'all know, that Sami was part of the Bloodline as the honorary Uce. So it most likely that Sami was going to get involved in this whole Bloodline storyline, as he should be, because it makes sense. So Solo's Bloodline, attacking Roman, the others, the Usos, and Sami Zayn came out with a massive pop, and he's telling, Solo's telling Sami to come on, man. You you want to join us, but Sami went over and tried to give Solo a hug, but he faked it and hit him with a suplex. And then you got Roman, Jay, Jimmy, and Sami standing in four corners, and Solo is standing in the middle of the ring. What happened is Solo, like Roman, was about to go to a spear. He was about to do a spear on Solo, but Solo moved out of the way, and Sami was going to hit the haluva kick, and somehow Roman and Sami all of a sudden end up colliding and hitting Roman. Sami hit Roman, and you got Jay, like the biggest baby face. He's trying to like get the group to get along and all that stuff, but that's another good part of the story right there. That Sami is most likely going to get involved with Roman's group again, and probably Sami still have his issues with Roman, so as Jay. So most likely, I would love to see how Jay can get Sami back into the bloodline, even though they're on Raw, but they can figure out because they've been for the last several weeks, so they've been floating from Raw and SmackDown. So I want to see how they can actually do that. So yeah, overall, this match was definitely an entertaining match. A lot of fun stuff, and Sami being part of the play here is definitely making the Bloodline story even more interesting. So this was definitely an entertaining match. This was good so far from the first match. So another match. This is a fair four-way tag match for the WWE's Women's Tag Team titles. Bianca Belair, Jericho Cargill, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky facing Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. I'm not finna talk too much about this match, but we already knew who was the outcome winner going to be. It was Bianca Belair and Jade. But the match was decent, I would say. And Bianca and Jade took up the victory there. So yeah, it is what it is. So the match was, like I said, it was decent. So I'm not gonna really say too much about the match or what happened. So, our next match, Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed. And let me tell you something about Bronson Reed. For what WWE been doing the last several months with Bronson Reed, I've been loving every single thing of it. Him hitting Seth with 6 tsunamis on Seth, taking him off television, and they've been creating Braun as like a dominant monster on Monday Night Raw. It's definitely one of my least favorite things I've been loving on Raw. It's definitely with Bronson Reed. Just destroying everybody, not listening to authority, attacking referees, producers. Like, he didn't give a damn about what you tell him. He's going to just do whatever the hell he's going to do. And that's what he did, just that. They just made him as like a dominant force on everybody. And hopefully one day I will hope to see Bronson Reed most likely being a future world champion in the near future, which that's mostly what's going to happen. So, this match right here, like Bronson Reed was definitely a beast in this match. Like Seth Mosley, he was taking like 3 curve stomps. One spot that was crazy that Seth did a curve stomp on the steel steps on Bronson, and he gets back up. And when Bronson gets back in the ring, he hits another curve stomp. But I think he kicked out at 1 or 2. I don't remember. I think he kicked out at 1. But Seth goes up to the top rope and hits a super curb stomp. And he pins Bronson Reed 1, 2, 3, and Seth be the winner. Now, I do not like how the finish in here. Like I said, like you're making Bronson at this cavalier dominant monster of a man he is, destroying everybody. You got him not listening to Adam Pearce as the Raw GM. I mean, he's wrecking things up, and then all of a sudden he just lose frequently. He just got pinned clean, which I feel like Bronson should have won this match, and then you could have Seth win the second match at Survivor Series, which most likely Braun's going to win the second match at not WrestleMania, Survivor Series, which they are planning on doing another match. So after the match, Seth is trash talking to Braun as Braun got up and he's like looking dead at Seth. Like, you can tell they're going to be doing another match. And that's where Bronson Reed should have won. He should have won tonight, which I don't understand why. Why would they have Seth lose after Bronson Reed did everything to Seth? Like a lot of backstage brawls, and then everybody getting involved and stuff, and all of a sudden he just losing. That right there, I kind of disagree with. But it is what it is. But hopefully Bronson wins at Survivor Series if they is going to do this match again, which it looks like that's where they're going. They are going to be doing a second match on this, so hopefully Bronson Reed wins the second match at Survivor Series. But overall, this was a good match. Not going to take nothing away from Seth and Bronson. They did well here. So I think after this, what happened after Bronson and Seth match, I think Randy Orton. Wait a minute, no. I'll talk about that after this match. So, Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax for the Crown Jewel Championship. This match wasn't really all that interesting anyway. I mean, this was just a championship for Crown Jewel that's not gonna really mean nothing to nobody after it's over. And the match was kind of okay. I didn't really like the interference, what they was doing here with, you got Raquel and Dom and interfering in the match and Tiffany Stratton also, she came out, got the briefcase, and she's about to cash it in on Nia or Liv. It looks like she was going to cash it in mostly on Nia. But Nia told her, go to the back, get out of here. But as Liv and Nia are still down, it looked like she was going to cash it in on Liv. Which, it won't make sense there because she's a SmackDown talent. But she's got the briefcase, so she can cash it in on anybody she has a championship. So, yeah. So what happened there is Raquel Rodriguez ended up on the apron and causing Nia the match, and Liv Morgan hits her finisher and she wins the Crown Jewel Championship as the women's championship. That I don't really care about. The same way I'm going to feel about Gunther and Cody, which I'm going to get into a little bit. The first women's Crown Jewel Championship, Liv Morgan. So, I just got a question about this. Is the Crown Jewel Championship, is this going to be defended, every single November until WWE comes to Saudi Arabia? Probably next year or so. I really don't want that to be the case, but it kind of looks like they're mostly gonna do that. Whoever has a Crown Jewel Championship, which I don't like the fact that they have main champions fighting each other over a title that nobody is not really gonna care about, because the Crown Jewel Champion is a trophy, so they're mostly gonna keep it for next year until they defend their titles against whoever they're going to drop it to. So, it may be the case there, which I don't want it to be, but it looks like it's what they're going to do mostly every single year from now on, which I don't know about that. I don't like the idea of it, but they're doing it. Saudi Arabia has to make WWE making a marketing profit to make tons of money there. Saudi Arabia is giving WWE for. So I mean, what can you do about that? What can you do? Nothing. So yeah, Liv Morgan gets the Crown Jewel Championship. Yeah, whatever. She wants a child. She's gonna keep it for till next year in November and probably drop it to whoever. So I don't really know. I don't really care. But yeah, this was a decent match anyway. So yeah, it was all right. So the match that was supposed to happen did not really happen. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens were supposed to have a match. The match didn't even start it until Kevin Owens grabbed a chair and started stabbing Randy in the back with it. And then you got all these referees, all of these officials that are coming out to try to stop, trying to separate Kevin and Randy. But you can't, there's nothing you can do about that. Don't stop this. Don't come out there and stop it. Let them fight. Let them have a semi-brawl in Saudi. And the crazy thing is, SmackDown GM Nick Aldis and Raw GM Adam Pearce came out trying to stop it. And then Randy hit the RKO to Adam Pearce, which I love right there. And not only that, Kevin hit a stunner on referee. And Kevin and Randy, they're still continuing brawling, pointing through people, putting one another through tables and all that. And there was one good spot there. It took place in the crowd area. And Kevin hits the elbow drop on Randy through the table, which that was fine. I honestly don't even have a problem with this, to be honest. I feel like what they should do here is save that for Survivor Series. I feel like what they could have done here, if they really want to go at each other, like use horrible objects and whatnot, they should have made this a no DQ match. That's just my opinion. Not a singles match. But at the same time, though, Cody has to face Kevin. So if they're having a match, which it looks like that's where they're going for, Randy and Kevin for Survivor Series. But the only thing is, who's going to fight Cody for the WWE title? They could probably work something about that, and they could most likely will make it as a triple threat match if they want to. And I think that's probably where Randy will turn on Cody at that moment during that match. So I don't know how Cody's gonna fit in the title picture, but he had to have an opponent. Probably maybe Kevin Owens, but Cody and Randy, that has to be saved for WrestleMania for next year. It can't happen just right away. So they have to have that WrestleMania, but I think he can seriously still fight Kevin, or just if they choose to make a triple threat match, which I won't even have a problem with. So I'm glad that this match didn't happen, even though the match didn't even happen. So I'm glad they did that. So the next match, LA Knight versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes in a triple threat match for the United States Championship. I'm going to have to say, man, I thought this match was great. This match was so great with three men involved in it, with LA Knight, Andrade, and Carmelo. They did so well in this. I didn't expect this match to be this great, but it was. And they had like a lot of, fast-paced motion, a lot of things going in and outside the ring. Like, they was just going in at each other. And mostly with Andrade and Carmelo, they still are continuing with the 7 best series, which I think they could say that until Survivor Series, if that match is official. But LA Knight definitely was well here. There was a box spot that he was trying to do, that he was jumping up the top rope, and he jumped on the top rope about to do a superplex. But he slipped the ropes and he hit his nuts on the ropes, which I think it was kind of a box right there, but he recovered from it. And he most likely hit the suplex. And one crazy finish, which I was like, yo, oh wow. Like, Carmelo was about to do like a Hurricane face buster, and LA Knight just hits the BFT on Carmelo Hayes, and LA Knight retains the U.S. title, which that was a crazy finish. I thought all of these three men did so well here. This was definitely a fantastic match right here. Shout out to all three of them. They actually did so well in this. Not gonna lie. This was definitely a fantastic match. Great match. And the main event of the evening, Cody Rhodes, the undisputed WWE champion, will be facing Gunther, the World Heavyweight Champion, a Crown Jewel Championship for the men. Yes, the match was they definitely tore it up in the match right here, especially with the crowd. Like when the bell rung, like the crowd was just chanting the atmosphere. They were just chanting. I don't know what they sang, but they were like chanting, Cody, Cody Rhodes, Cody, Cody, Cody Rhodes. And I think that's most like what they chant right there. But they have so much energy and so much excitement. Like like I said in the beginning of the video, they was like having like a good time. And that's what you want to see a match like this when you go to a WWE show. But yeah, they have a great time, man. Especially like throughout the entire match. They were just chanting nonstop, and then they did the wave and all that stuff, which it was crazy. There was some cool spots in the match, which I did like. You know, Cody did about to do a Cody cutter on Gunther, but Gunther countered it into a sleeper hold. Like Cody hit two crossroads and Gunther kicks out, and out of nowhere, Cody beats Gunther in a roll-up finish. Like, Cody was about to do another Cody cutter from the top rope, and Gunther caught him and put him in a sleeper hold, and Cody did a roll-up, and then he beat Gunther, which I wasn't expecting, because I thought Gunther was going to win here. But I truly believe that Gunther was going to win here. I feel like when I was watching the match, though, but I feel like it's going to make Gunther a weaker champion now, which I feel like he could not have lost. Like, Cody's a main champion, so is Gunther, so they can't lose. I thought there was going to be some like interference by Randy and Kevin Owens costing Cody. And for like the last week or so, I have been seeing Goldberg probably was going to get involved and cost Gunther the match, which that didn't happen. And I definitely forgot about that, I did my Bad Blood review, that Goldberg trying to get in to fight Gunther, which I should have said that in my review. But yeah, honestly though, this definitely was a great match so far. Definitely one of the great match of the evening, which I love to see. Well, I'm still not the biggest fan of main champions facing each other over a belt that's not really that exciting, or should not. It was like for the last week or so, they've been making these Crown Jewel championships feel so important that they wanted to make you feel that it feels so important, but it should not really be like that important. But at the end of the day, they won the championship. Liv, I don't know why I'm saying Liv and Cody win their Crown Jewel championships. And plus, after the show was over, they was gifted a ring. They was gifted the Crown Jewel rings, Cody and Liv. Which, okay, they got your rings, got your championships and all that. Good for y'all. And, yeah, this match was good from Gunther and Cody, showing respect each other as champions, as they should. Well, not really, because Gunther is a heel. But he gave respect to Cody, though. And that's what all that matters. So, yeah. That's the end of the show there. That ended right there. Yeah, man. Definitely one of the few good matches I definitely enjoyed with the whole Bloodline, Seth and Bronson, LA Knight with a triple threat, and Gunther and Cody. Those are the 4 matches that I absolutely enjoy right there in the middle during the show I was watching. So there are still planning seeds of, they're still continuing with the circle storylines and storytelling that they're still telling about. That's still going to be going forward with Survivor Series. And I believe that, there are going to be some, I don't know how Cody's going to fight Kevin Owens, which that's still a possibility. It will happen if he does fight Kevin Owens, or most likely reign or turn into a triple threat. And with the Bloodline storylines, I feel like it is going good so far. It looks like they are going to try to get Sami back involved with the Bloodline and join forces with the Bloodline. Whereas that will be even more interesting to see that. But overall, though, I will say this pay-per-view from Crown Jewel, I will give this show, I will give it an 8 out of 10 pay-per-view show. A PLE show, I would say. Not pay-per-view, but PLE. But overall, this is definitely a good pay-per-view, a good PLE show. I enjoy a lot of things on this show that I definitely was not expecting or what was going to happen. But there are going to be doing things that we're probably not going to be expecting from Raw and SmackDown for next week. So I'm actually going to keep my eyes on that and see what's going to happen going forward to the road to Survivor Series of this month. But that's it for my Crown Jewel review. Y'all let me know, what was y'all favorite match of Crown Jewel that y'all enjoyed the most? Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think, and follow me all social media down below. I'll be back with another video. Peace.
My moment to shine, this is my type of flight. I've been grinding forever just for this very night. I've been pushing for many moments like this. This time it's undervalued and no one ever could.